Those are my two channels. All right, yeah, I did shoulders tonight. I hit a personal record with a 235-pound rack pin press, dead stop, right from pretty much my clavicle. I brought it down a couple of notches from the last time I did it. Made it very hard. I got a couple with 225, 5 with 185. Yeah, pretty good workout tonight. 235 was my personal record. Dead stop shoulder pin press right from the clavicle. I put the pins down lower this time. From my shirt off. Nothing heavy though. Probably just do a couple sets of curls. How's everybody doing tonight? And everybody that's not out there tonight. I think I can do them in here. Yeah. Better watch out for that. Keep you honest in here, boy. If I moved it back a little bit, maybe. A few curls, For my laggy biceps lately. Video is something. All right. So I had a good workout tonight, though. I did pin press, shoulder pin press from here. Pretty low pin press, right where my clavicle is. I'm just doing a little biceps right now, Quick sets of biceps. I've been neglecting the biceps lately. I feel those. I haven't done them in a while. It's only 25 pounds, I haven't done biceps in a while, but been getting the shoulders. The shoulders, kind of get those things real strong for the bench, I want to get a nice big bench at my next competition. It's important to have, strong, you got to have strong biceps too, especially on the descent of the bar. Coming down the negative, the old school term is the negative. You want to have very strong shoulders, and the biceps are very important. On the descent, I can remember doing 390 in competition on the bench, and I thought my biceps were going to tear because I hadn't worked them that much, but I felt it on the descent of the bar. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm just finishing up my workout with a few sets of curls. Nothing serious. That can come up like this. But I've been getting the shoulders in real good lately. I added those. I hit some personal records today. One of them, 235 dead stop pin press. So I see there's a few people out there. How you guys doing tonight? I don't know. It's been kind of quiet on here lately. Nobody's been really saying much. Too much. Maybe I have something. I've done something wrong on here. If anyone that's out there, can you just type hi or whatever? What is this? Welcome to the live chat. Okay. Could someone type hi? I know there's a few people out there. I can see it on the top. Maybe not. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Yes, happy birthday to Nick Gerlips. Nick Gerlips. Happy birthday, Nick. Yep. So I did Jason, hi, how you doing? Yeah. He's a personal friend of mine, and John McBean. Yep, personal friend of mine. Personal friend. He sent me one of his shirts for free. We respect each other because, you know, I've done 405, which is not, you know, it's not what he's done. But he also hasn't squatted half of what I've squatted, which is 575 in my gym. Hey, I'm doing pretty good. I did some shoulder pin presses, right, pretty close to the clavicle, close. 235 was the most I ever did. My life is pretty good. It's okay, you know. I can't complain. Probably the best it's ever been at 57. Yep. Hey, when I got out of jail, just over, when did I get out? Almost 10 years ago, I got out of jail. I got sober 10 and 7 months ago. 10 years and 7 months ago. But when I got out of jail, I spent the first 10 months locked up. Possession of methamphetamine under 5 grams. I was on probation, first offender's probation. But yeah, no, jail and prison. First offender's probation, and I absconded on probation. I never took any piss tests or nothing. I was drinking and drugging the whole time. Bye. Goodbye. But yeah, that was over 10 and a half years ago. I got out. I had nothing but the shirt on my back. Now I have a house. Beautiful fiance. It's her house, you know, but we've been together we're going up on 3 years. You can get life for meth in Illinois. You can get life in prison. Yes, you can. You get caught manufacturing that at home, you know, they make it at home, you can get life. I was in there with a guy that had 20 years. Yep, just possession of first offense. So they usually put you on first offenders drug court probation, a very strict probation. Yeah, possession of methamphetamine in Illinois at the time, I don't know about now, they might have changed the law. It was called a third-degree felony, which is 2 to 5 years. 2 to 5 years is what it carries. 2 is the minimum. So I absconded on probation, and I messed up my probation. Best thing I ever did was going to jail, though, for that. Best thing I ever did. Yep. Saved my life. Yep. I was drinking around the clock by that time. I stopped doing meth when I got arrested. I got arrested, then I got put on probation. So it was another year and a half or so before I went to jail for it. Actually, I did some county time at first and went to rehab. Then when I got out, the first day I was out, I fucked up. You know, I started drinking. And how many people out there? 7? Okay. Yeah, I started drinking right as soon as I got out of rehab and jail. And then, how does it make me feel? What do you mean? It gets you high, man, like cocaine almost. Yeah, it makes you crazy as fuck. That's what it does to you. Thank you, brother. Yeah. Yes, meth. Yeah, meth. That's what it does. Now, I stopped doing it when I got arrested originally, but I was out on probation for about a year and a half, which I didn't really do anything on probation. I stopped doing meth all told, but I was still drinking around the clock, you know. Yes, I smoked it, I shot it, I snorted it. Shot it very few times, though. It looks like crystal methamphetamine. Yeah. Yeah, I used to they made pipes out of a light bulb, believe it or not. Take the insides out of a light bulb. They burn a little hole in the top. You put it in there and you spin it around. I don't really want to talk about that. Yeah, my life was unmanageable. And then for a year and a half, like I said, I was on probation. I wasn't smoking any meth, but I was still taking pills and drinking around the clock. And I ended up finally got it all caught up to me a year and a half later after it was about a year, I think so. I'd have to go and really look at the time period. But how many people are out there? 2. I must bore people with my war stories about my past. Yeah, I'm going to have to start really writing some of this stuff down, so I got it down. But yeah, the stuff is good. There was one guy I was in jail with. He was actually the cousin of a girlfriend I was seeing. Yeah, I could write a book about it, true, yeah. Okay, there was a cousin of a girlfriend I was seeing at that time. Natalie was her name. He blew up his grandmother's house. She wasn't in it. Nobody got hurt, but it was like not his first offense doing it, and he was facing 30 years federal time for that. 30 years federal time. I've seen some crazy people. One guy was out on bond for manufacturing, which carries up to 30 years. My house got raided. They didn't find anything but a light bulb that was burnt out that they said tested positive to, yeah, you can get 30 years for it. It tested positive for meth. Yeah, he was looking at 30 years. He blew up his grandmother's house. Making it yourself is very dangerous. What sets it off, which is unbelievable, is one little drop of water will blow the fucking house right up if it gets on it, while you're making it. They raided my house. Yes, that's what happened. They raided my house. Yeah, I was buying boxes at Walmart and all that, those boxes of Sudafed, and they knew exactly who told on me. They were watching me anyways, but this girl that lived with me, a girl and a guy, boyfriend, girlfriend, lived with me. Actually, they were married, I guess. And they told on me. I don't know if they did or not. I had no money in my bank, so I couldn't fight it. I had a public defender, They are very, very strict about it. Yep, very strict. Luckily, we had all the ingredients to making the stuff in different parts of the house. If you have all the ingredients in one place together, they call that manufacturing. But if you get caught and, like, say you have your Coleman Lantern fluid one place, your batteries another place, they're all legal things. They can't do anything about that, They can't do shit about that. It was state prison. Yeah, state prison. The arresting officer, who I'm grateful for the arresting officer to arrest me, because it stopped. I got a life now second to none, man. That shit's in the past, I got a life. I got a house. I have a nice car. I have a full-time job I've been working at a military base. Yeah, it's toughened me up. I've been in some situations that I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I've been in nut houses. I've been homeless. I've lived in the woods. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no, they didn't kick in the door. I opened the door. They knocked before they kicked in the door. I opened it for them. I was watching TV, and I actually remember what I was eating. And I didn't get to eat any. I was pissed at the time. It was shrimp. I had these nice shrimp. I never got to eat my shrimp. From recent ICE arrest stats. Okay. Yeah, I was eating shrimp. I had put money down for a car. I lost that. I lost all my possessions in my apartment. I never got them back, When I got out of jail and prison, it was So when I got arrested, I ended up doing 5 months in county jail, and then I went to rehab for a month. And as soon as I got out of that rehab, I met up with this friend of mine at the time. Now, not a friend anymore. That went south, but I started drinking right away. I went to a titty bar that night when I got out of rehab. No, actually, it was not the first night out. It was the second night out. Went to a titty bar. I was drinking vodka all day long. Did a little bit of heroin. A little bit of heroin. Never did meth again, though. I never did it again after that. I did enough other stuff, though. But yeah, they would have kicked in my door if I didn't open it, Yeah, it was a bad night, but it was a blessing. What I call a blessing in disguise, because I have a little Mazda 3. Mazda 3. No, I had no idea. If I knew it was coming, I wouldn't have been just watching TV. I would have gone through the place for I thought I was really in big trouble, man, but I was in trouble. Yeah, it's a pretty cool car, It runs good. I don't beat on it. It just gets me, I just have it. I use it to get to work and back and forth, and I'm grateful now, I didn't have my license when I got out, or nothing. I had nothing but the shirt on my back and $20 when I got out. I had friends and all that were using when I got out. When I got out of county jail, I could have stayed out of trouble and I would have had no felony on my record. But I was ripping and running on other shit like alcohol and pills, heroin, I just never went back. The meth will really make you crazy. They say that because it's made out of all those chemicals, it can take 5 years for your brain to clear up, Like 5 years. So I haven't done meth in probably 12, it's been over 12 years now, meth, but I did other stuff. I've been completely clean and sober though since January 11th, 2015. Completely clean and sober, yeah. The only thing the hardest thing I take is, it doesn't compare to it. I don't smoke weed either because it's okay for some people. It's mild compared to what I was doing. I smoked weed back then, but not that much, I don't need anything to make me feel better. My life, I have the weights here, my gym. I have a loving fiance now. I'm going to get married soon. A nice environment, a good attitude most of the time, Since I've been sober, I got into powerlifting at 51. My first competition was just a push-pull bench press deadlift. And I benched 350 first time at 51 years old. First one. And deadlift wasn't that good. I think I did only 450. Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, I am blessed. Second one I didn't do as good. I wanted to do 355, go up a little bit. No better drug than, yeah, definitely my own progress, man. I'm still making progress at 57. The thing that slacked off a little bit since I'm getting 57, my deadlift, I topped off about 2.5 years ago with a 600-pound raw powerlifting deadlift, no straps and no belt at a competition. I did 600 pounds. Oh, horrible. First night of jail is horrible. Just horrible. You just start thinking in your head, boy, you're in a real nightmare, you know what I mean? You're thinking about all you're going to lose, all you've lost, It's terrible. The first week in there is not good, Yeah, and they, this place I went, Richland County Jail, they hardly give you any food too, man. Yeah, they hardly give you any food. I went from like, what was I? I think I was like 240 at the time. I got arrested. And when I finally got, Yeah, when I finally got, because I had no money for commissary when I finally went in, when I did, finally got to, had to go to prison. Thank you, I appreciate it, Matt. Thank you, I appreciate that, yeah. Keep working out because of the inspiration. Oh, thank you, that means a lot to me. Awesome, bro. Yeah, keep it up, man. It's the only fountain of youth I know, too. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I started working out in jail. When I first got to jail, maybe the first week, I started doing some push-ups. Always thinking in my head, what can I invent like a weight, you know? I started making like with Pepsi bottles, water bags for curls and for doing, and I even had a leg day where I do tons and tons of body squats and stuff. So yeah, I've been working out right from jail. So it's been about 10 years. It's been over 10. It's been about 10 and a half years since I've been working out. Yeah, including the calisthenics. I started, never stopped, man. Thank you. I appreciate. Yeah, freedom is really good, man. You get to really appreciate the small things, man. I'm telling you. Yeah, I had nothing when I got out of prison. It was Taylorville Correction. Luckily, it was what do they call it there? A minimum security, not from. You couldn't be a violent offender or have less than. You had to have less than 8 years. I did. I was my job in there was inspiration coordinator. I got into a program, CDS or something like that. Oh, CDC. I can remember it now. I couldn't remember. One live stream I did, I couldn't even remember the name of it, you know? CDC, I was the inspiration coordinator. And just as I was leaving, they didn't know I was leaving, they asked me if I wanted to be the president. They had president and vice president. But I said, no, I'm leaving in less than a week. Yeah, I was inspiration coordinator. I'd find inspirational quotes out of different books, you know, and we'd expound on it. You see any? No. When I was younger, a couple of them. This time, did I see anything? Yeah, there was one across the hall from me. I saw there was a guy that was missing one leg that beat the hell out of a child molester. Good for him, though. He beat the shit out of this guy. The guy had one leg, you know. Yeah, the guy, there was a few they call them chomos in this jail, you know, they were in protected custody. They had to have less than 8 years. But yeah, I just ignored him. I knew I was getting out soon, you know. How much time did I do in that prison? I got locked up January, so January, February, March. By April, I was in prison. Any future plans? I'd like to break some more records in powerlifting, getting married. We're probably going to sell this house. She's going to sell it, and we're going to live in a smaller, we're going to kind of go down a little bit. We're getting older, you know. I'm 57. I'd like to get a place right near the ocean. What's that say? I can't. No, they didn't separate them. Not there, man. Not there. You were in there with some people had just like a couple of, like maybe you might have a cellmate that had 4 DUIs in there, you know, that was in prison. Then you had a guy that was got caught selling ecstasy or something. Then you might have a chomo too, you know. It was a protective place for them too. That's what they had them, you know. Yeah, there was some bad ones in there though. I remember there was a couple of them that were doing the end of their bid. They call it a bid. One guy had been in there. You can look him up. What the hell is his name again? Joseph Mundy. If you Google his name, Joseph Mundy, sex offender, Illinois, his picture will come up. He was in there. He was also in CDC, hiding out, you know. Guy used to sleep with his boots on. I think he did 25 years, and he was doing his last couple of years in Taylorville. He slept on it with his boots on because he probably got his ass kicked everywhere, you know, and he was always ready, you know. But yeah, I was also one of my cellmate in there, not cellmate. There was 20 people in a dorm or 25 people in a dorm in this place. One of them was an old quarterback for the Bears, the Chicago Bears. I can't think of his name. They used to call him Slow Mo, though. That was his nickname. He was the quarterback of the Bears before McMahon. What's his name? McMahon? Is that his name? Yeah. Yeah, he used to wear them in bed, sleeping. I didn't wear that shit. I was the strongest. I actually became one of the strongest guys in my dorm, you know. They were surprised how fast I got strong in there, you know. I was starved to death when I first went in there. My first time I benched in there, I hadn't benched in probably almost 20 years. 195 for 5, you know. First time, I hadn't benched in years. Yeah, we had a guy in there that would look there. He would call his wife with a whole list of names and find out what exactly these people were in there for. So we know who was who and who to hang out with, you know what I mean? We didn't hang out with chomos. Yeah. I remember that telling him, we looked you up. You're all right, Allan. Yeah, I got Judas Priest playing, yep. Well, I got to go pick up my lady. Everybody, have a blessed night. This has been a fun live stream. I think we'll keep it more like this. It's more interesting. We'll talk in the beginning about, you know, what I did for a workout or what anybody else did. And then we'll go right into some of my sober stories, jail stories. I got tons of them, man. I was in the nut house for a while. Not long time, 3 days. They kicked me out of there. I didn't have insurance. Went in there because I had nowhere to sleep, you know, living in the woods, you know, homeless shelters. We'll get into it more tomorrow and the next night when I do some more live streams or whenever I can get back to the live streams. Everybody have a blessed night. God bless you.